Good morning. Hey chicks, let's chat. So last night I started to do a video, but I didn't make it. Ended up just selling down in the house and cooling it. But so this morning the same topic is still on my heart. So what they say, I don't know who need to hear this, but yeah, I was just kind of reflecting on things that I've been through myself and the correlation to certain adverse effects, the correlation to certain outcomes or situations that happened after I did a certain thing. So I just want to tell y'all that it's important for you to understand that you cannot and you will not just bring people a certain level of hurt and unhappiness, devastation, heartache, aggravation. You will not do that to people and not see your own level of hurt, aggravation, frustration, devastation. You will not cause that for people. You will not play a part in it, right? So a lot of times when we hear women saying, and when I think about this, I'm thinking about this in a very broad sense, but let me narrow it down and say a lot of times when that woman, you hear women say all the time, I don't owe her nothing. He's in a relationship with her. I remember I used to feel like that. As a young one, I used to feel the same way. He owes her respect. He owes her. He told her he didn't mess with nobody. I don't even know her. I ain't never pledged nothing to her. I ain't never committed to her. I ain't never supposed to be X, Y, and Z. And then, like the old folks say, just keep on living. And what wisdom shows up and points out and demonstrates to you is that you don't have to be the person who made the commitment. You don't have to be the person in a relationship with her or him or however the situation goes. You don't have to be the person directly causing the problem. Oh, but woe to you who participates. You hear me? Woe to you, gal, who participates. If you think for one moment that you are going to escape free and clear, no ma'am, Pam, that's not how that's gonna play out for you, sis. Even if you get the man, if you think now y'all ride off into the sunset and it's happily ever after, you the biggest fool. You ain't learned nothing. You ain't paid attention to none of your surroundings. Because had you paid attention to any of your surroundings, you would know that that's not how that works. Even if and when you get the man, you still about to go through some things. Even if it ain't with the man, it'll be within your other family. Even if it ain't within your other family, it'll be within your body. Even if you do get the man, he may not be who you thought he was. It may not be as wonderful with you as it seemed like he was with her. Yeah. So what I will say is be mindful of everything that you participate in, everything that you're a part of, everything that you are affiliating yourself with. Everything and every person, every situation in every circumstance. Because you don't have to be the direct person. You don't have to be the trigger man, baby. You can be the accomplice. And you will have to see about the role that you played. And see, so for women who have been through certain situations where you feel like, you know, the man did you wrong, and oh, now him and his wife, they this, you know, he went and married somebody else, or he went and got with somebody else, and now it looks like they're having such a beautiful, wonderful situation. So it seems, until years down the line, you start hearing stuff about their kids. You know, start hearing stuff down the line about old girl, mama having big problems, and old girl ain't taking it too good. Till you start hearing things down the line about, you know, old boy, you know, now he's sick, or he done, you know, went to prison, went to jail, or, you know, one of his kids from somebody else, something done happened to, like, and true enough, some of this stuff is life, but true enough, some of this stuff is reaping the same hurt you took her up through their wig. Now you got to come back and see that. You don't think that could have been avoided? You don't think grace is sufficient to have curved that, turned that a different way? Could have happened. So never buy into that when you hear women saying, I don't care how old they is. Because what you got to understand is, just because a woman is older saying some stuff, that don't mean she's smart. That don't mean she wise. And a lot of times people will say things that gives them comfort. People will say things that keep them in their comfort zone. Right? But when I started out saying what I was thinking about was the times when I participated in certain things, what came behind that. You know, what type of look did I get after I messed with this dude and I knew he had an old lady? How did me and his situation work out? Oh, I could tell you a couple stories how those worked out. And it might have been, the run was fun. But it's somewhat in between where you're going to catch a hard break. And it's going to be because of how you participated in what he had going on when y'all started. So believe you me, how you start out a situation, it matters. Even if you end up getting with Buddy, or even if you end up getting with her, how it started out, it does matter. So just be mindful of that. Some of y'all, you need deep into something and you can't go back and fix it. You can't go back and redo it, you know. But I guarantee, bet, if you sit back and think, hey, this started out a little messy, I bet you can trace back some hurt and some stuff you done been through since your messy situation. Yeah, and that hurt that you went through, that was the same hurt that other person was feeling when they found out about you. You know? And just even as a mature, hopefully wise woman at this day and stage, you know, I think about women who I know at this age and stage, they still don't like me, and it's about a man. And sometimes it's about a man who I dealt with that man first. Right? I dealt with the man first. You came after me, and maybe me and him still did a little razzle-dazzle every then and again. But you had done fell in love with him by that time. I had done fell out of love with him by that time. But because you got hurt in the process, and my name was on the label somewhere, you still dislike me. And I used to be like, well, that's wild to keep, you know, disliking a woman years and years over a man who has proven to you over and over that he's no good. But at the same time, if my name or whatever the situation that you found out, was told, heard about, saw, whatever, and it had to do with me, if that was the situation that caused you the most pain, then I'm going to be the person that you dislike, regardless of however many other women it was. Maybe they didn't, you might didn't care about theirs, but for some reason, like Trick Daddy song a long time ago, he said his name alone been known to break up happy homes. And let me tell you something, I used to sing that part so happy. You hear me? Because I knew that at that time my name held a lot of weight, and I knew that it was women who disliked me, you know, about men. And in my mind, it was funny. It was funny because you disliking me about a man that probably now want us. Who knows which one of us have his heart? If it's either one of us, you know what I'm saying? So it used to be funny to me, just because also because I know that I'm cut a certain way. You know, I know that I'm only gonna go through what I'm gonna go through about you for so long, and I'm out. But everybody's not cut like that. It's women who will be depressed for years and years about a man. It's women who will want to self-harm about a man. It's, you know what I'm saying? So when I'm younger, I'm taking it for granted that I'm cut a certain way and that everybody else is not. So what may be funny to me, or what may be a short term, so what, who cares, I'm on to the next type thing, that woman may not be built like that, and she take it to heart. And every time she see me, she might want to do something to me. You know, I wasn't thinking about it like that. But now I think about it like that. So one thing about it, I keep my file on me. You know what I'm saying? But nowadays I don't bother nobody. I stay out the way. I don't want nothing that wants you. I don't want nothing that got to do with nothing else. I don't play no games, because I'm not gonna play no games. Right? And if you is still mad about a man, hey, what can I tell you besides to go heal? Because that's what I had to do whenever I was dealing with situations. You know, you got to take it up with God, because certain things that only God can fix, right? And all I can say is that now the things that I have learned is things that I would definitely do different. So because it's things that I would do different, I don't mind coming to share that, hey, you know what? This used to be my mindset. This is how I used to feel and think about things. And I was wrong. And I was young. And I was silly. Sometimes I might have been old and silly. You know, because we'll be older and then we'll justify what we're doing. We'll know that we're wrong about something, but we'll justify what we're doing because we want to keep doing it. You know what I'm saying? We'll know. Everybody gets to an age and stage where, not everybody, you know, you have certain people that don't, but most people get to an age and stage where they know right from wrong, right? So why do you keep doing right from wrong? Because that's what you want to do. So you will justify it. You will say anything to keep yourself, you know, able to do those things that you know you shouldn't be doing. You know, and that's just what we do as people. We'll find a way. No matter what your argument is, you can find a reason to justify or support it, whether it's right or whether it's wrong. And that's what we do as people. But one thing about it, you know, when you get to a point where you want the best that God has for you, and you want to live, you really and truly want to live your best life, and you understand that your best life ain't always just about material things. Yes, it may include some material things if that's what you want. But your best life also has to do with peace of mind. That's a big part of it. Happiness, love, giving. You know what I'm saying? So I can have all the material things in the world, but if every time I step out, I got to think about old boy or old girl over here who got a chip on their shoulder from 50 years ago, that might take away my peace. You know, so that's not what you want. That's not the way you want your life to be set up, right? And even if you know, are you covered by the blood, you have, you know, your own protection on you, those are the only things that you can hope for, you know. But hey, some things is already written, and you don't know what the mental state of certain people are, and they just never gonna forgive you. They always gonna feel a certain way about you. You know what I'm saying? So you have to be mindful how you float through this life and how you deal with people and how you treat people. And again, what you participate in, what you allow to happen. Yes, mom, young moms, that's your son, and you upholding him and running through different women. You upholding him and making babies here and there. You allowing them different girls to come up, down, and through there. Your house like a hotel, and you allowing it, saying, oh, he a boy, you know. So what? You was a young lady. You know how that little young hurt be. And you don't know how these little girls' mindset is, who he dealing with. Some of them real tender. Some of them gonna want to hurt themselves behind finding out that they come over there and do your hair and do your nails, and then you still allowing such and such to come over there and stay the night with him. They thinking you like them. Whole time you using them. Mom, because there's plenty of members out there that do that. There's plenty of y'all moms who take advantage of the young girls and the talents that these young girls, who y'all sons and daughters be dating. Y'all take advantage of what they bring to the table, but you don't make your sons or daughters have any accountability to these people. And you play right in their face. But them same girls gonna be the one helping your son and daughter arrange your funeral because something happened to you at an early stage in life. That same girl going, I ain't even know mom had cancer. She ain't tell nobody. She ain't know. By the time she found out, it was too late. But she been playing up under people, up under her, you know, she been playing up under her daughter and her son's girlfriends and boyfriends since they started dating. You know he sells dope, but you let him come lay and play right up under your daughter because he give you a few dollars here and there. Bought you a nice little bag, so you turn the other cheek. So when your job lay you off and them coins really get cut, okay. A lot of things in this life is correlated. A lot of things. A lot of things. It's not to be played with. People not to be played with. People not to be played with. And even when I'm saying this, it's not to say, oh, I done had the best relationships with people. No, I have not. No, I have not. But I have learned along the way. So now I know when I can't have a decent relationship with you, I stay far from you. I stay out your face. I don't play up under you. That's one thing I'm not going to do. I'm not going to have a friend that I play up under. I'm not going to have a man that I play up under. I'm not finna play up under any of my siblings, any of my blood relatives. I'm not finna play up under none of y'all. I'm not finna play up under any of my friends. Anybody that I be around, I talk to, I trust, you know my business. I'm not playing up under anybody like that, because that's where the worst hurt gonna come from. And those the people gonna really want to do you something when they find out, because they expected more from you. Now, should we be expecting so much from people? No. Why? Because betrayal is just one situation away. It's one person away. It's one price away. It's one debt away. It's one situation away. All it takes is one certain situation for a person to get in, for them to betray you. Now, would they call it betrayal? No, they'll try to put a million spins on it so that it don't look like what it really is. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. It's betrayal. So we have to know that people have it in them to do it. People have it in them to do it. And when they do it, you have to judge it accordingly, right? Because sometimes they was just put in a situation where they had to do it. That's like if your homeboy go to jail and he tell on you. Do it mean he didn't love you? No, it just means he was trying to get himself out of trouble. And you can understand that. You might can't understand it at the time because it means now you got to go do some time. But truly you can understand it. It don't mean he didn't love you. When your man betray you, when your man betray you, he go sleep with another woman. Did it mean he didn't love you? No, it didn't. It just means he got some issues. He's a whore. And he ain't worked those mama and daddy issues I checked. No. But so we all have to understand that betrayal is one situation away. Right? But we can do the best we can to avoid it. And to avoid situations and circumstances. That's why another situation that's important is when you have a friend and you are friends with people who don't like your friend. That's a setup. It's a setup. It ain't that you can't be friends with them, but you got to be a certain type of friend. You got to be a certain type of person. If you're going to be able to have a relationship over here and have a relationship over there, knowing that they don't like each other. You have to be the type of person that say, hey, I know y'all don't like each other, but I mess with you and I mess with you. I don't want to hear nothing about each other. And if anything happen, I ain't got nothing to do with each other, but I ain't finna let y'all hurt each other. Like you would have to be cut and built a certain type of way. So what I say is it's best to not even be in a situation like that. You don't like my homegirl, I'm really not rocking with you. Why? Because I don't ever want to be in a situation where I have to choose between y'all two. You my friend and she's my friend. And I got to choose who I'm rocking with. No, I'm not. Because at the end of the day, when I have to choose my friend, I'm choosing my friend. So I don't want to have to choose between friends. So I'm not going to put myself in a situation like that. So that's why you don't do that. You read all these memes that say, oh, well, never let a person, turn you against somebody who ain't never did none of you. You might didn't do anything to me, but if I can clearly see that you hurt her and it was nothing she could have done in the situation, then I got to fall back off of you. Now, if you hurt her and she had some participation in it, or it's something she could have done herself to avoid that or to prevent it or something, then I have to weigh it. I have to weigh it out. I can't just put it all on you, right? But at the end of the day, it's best to just avoid those situations. Even if I see that, you have really hurt this person, because you really hurt them, I can't really be that close with you. I just can't. And love them and be willing to, do whatever I got to do with them, for them, whenever. I can't really like you like that. Not in my heart, I can't. So no, I don't dislike you, but I'm not running with you. We not going to be talking all the time, and I know you clearly dislike my homegirl, dislike my family. No, we're not. I am going to draw the line in the sand. I don't have anything against you, but this is where I stand at over here. That's just me. Everybody can't do it. Everybody don't do it. And that's one reason why I move very light, because I know that how I'm willing to move and the lines that I'm willing to draw, most people are not willing to draw them. And so I have to understand that, okay, people ain't cut like that. They'll skin and grin in people's face. Who I walk right past and don't say nothing to you and act like I don't even see you. Why? Because you did something that let me know, like, I got to stay away from you. You showed my family or my friends some type of hurt or harm that lets me know that you ain't good people. I'm going to give you 50 feet. I'm not going to just set out to do anything to you, but I'm not going to let you get close enough to do anything to me. And I'm watching you. Right? So that's just me. That's just me. And like I say, you have to be very mindful in this world when you moving, and you jumping on bandwagons A lot of people would jump on bandwagons and people be dead wrong. Right, wrong, or indifferent. No, it's not right, wrong, or indifferent. I'm not jumping on your bandwagon when you wrong, because the hurt that you're causing them people is going to circle back and come get me because I was participating in it. So no, I'm not jumping on that when you're wrong. Now, it's one thing if I don't know that you're wrong and I think you're right. You know, if I think you're right, then I'm riding with you. Okay, well, still, when the repercussions come back, I'm going to get it too. But I thought you was right. But if I wholeheartedly feel like you're wrong, no, I'm not going to participate in that, because when it come back to see you in some kind of way, I don't want no parts of that. I don't want no parts of that. And in today's society, in past societies, people can't see when they mama wrong. People can't see when they daddy wrong. People can't see when they kids wrong. Guess what? That ain't the cloth I'm cut from. That ain't the cloth I'm cut from, and ain't nobody in my family would tell you that that's the cloth that I'm cut from. I can be wrong, but just like I could be wrong, everybody else in here, I don't care what age they is, they could be wrong too, respectfully. That's how you feel, but you're wrong for that. That's not how that's supposed to go. Respectfully. You know, so like, no, I don't want the repercussions that come with some of that stuff. Like, no, life hard enough. The older you get, you realize that this thing called life is tough. I'm not finna be riding and siding with people who wrong just so more wrong and more toughness, more heartache can come back my way. No, ma'am, Pam. No, miss me with that. So yeah, you know, be mindful. Be mindful of what you participate in, what you cause on other people, the heartache. You know, sometimes you say things and you do things and you don't know how that hurt them people. You don't know that them people go home and cry themselves to sleep over stuff you be done said and did. You know? Be mindful. You don't want to participate. You don't want to be a participant, and you definitely don't want to be the person who is dead wrong in the situation. Anyways, I'm a Florida girl right now trying to stay warm because it's real chilly. Y'all enjoy your day. Be safe. Stay warm.